Hi guys, Steph here. Okay, so today we've got for you yet another lovely pen to show you. Now this one, once again, was reserved by, well, a customer, a viewer. He saw the pen and said, yeah, can I reserve it subject to restoration? And the pen in question was from my recent pen haul. Here it is. Look at that. What a gorgeous pen. Just needs a little TLC. And there we go. After that TLC, look at this gorgeous, gorgeous pen. Now, as it says on the title, this, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending how you look at it, is a unknown fountain pen, in that it doesn't have any barrel imprint. It doesn't have sort of any markings anywhere on the pen to indicate who the manufacturer of this pen is or was. All I can tell you, it's a gorgeous quality made fountain pen, and it comes, as you can see, in this black hard rubber. It's quite a longish pen, in that from the top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel, it's a lovely 136 millimeters capped. Around the barrel, it's a nice 11 millimeters in diameter. And as you can clearly see, it comes in this lovely sort of chasing pattern. It's got this chase pattern running throughout the pen. It's got the cartouche there, you know, which would have been used for somebody's engraving or name maybe. But all in all, a very, very nice pen. Now, as you can see, it's a lever fill fountain pen. It's got this quite a long lever, as you can see there. Now, when I say there's no markings, I don't know if you can actually see that. On the end of the lever there, it's got what looks like a letter T. Okay, so I'm hoping you can actually see that. So, does that indicate who the manufacturer is? Not quite sure. Now, to the top there, if we take you up to the cap there, you can see it's got a cap band to the bottom of the cap, and it's got a very sort of traditional ball clip from the period. And to the top there, we've got this knurled finial to the very top of the cap, as you can see there. Okay, now when I say sort of dated clip, I'm going to date this pen sort of around about the 1940s. Yeah, I mean, that's my guess to the age of the pen. As I say, it's made of black hard rubber. So, one of the other things, can you notice something a little bit different from the before and after? Yes? No? Well, if you look there, you can see, unfortunately, I had to remove the lip of the cap. The reason being, when I started work on it, this piece here just simply fell off the lip of the cap. Okay, you can see it's there. So it fell off, left a great big sort of chasm on the lip, and I thought, right, because it's hard rubber, there's no way you can actually glue it back on. You know, hard rubber doesn't react to any super glues, etc., etc. And personally, I just made an executive decision and said, right, let's remove the remnants or what's left of the lip. And as you can see there, in my opinion, it doesn't affect the beauty of the pen, and it, well, obviously doesn't affect the usage of the pen. Okay, so if I show you the pen in a couple of different angles, very nice indeed. And there's the cap again, as we've just said. Okay, You can just see, I mean, the nice thing about it, if you can say it's now, when it actually broke off, it broke off level with the cap ring. So I had to sort of literally sort of sand down and polish all the way to the end, to the cap lip there. But as you can see, it still, in my opinion, looks very nice indeed. So let's go up to the threads. You can see it's got the threads, slightly concaved section, as you can see there. And then the interesting thing here, we've got the nib, which is a warranted 14 carat, and it's got TDLR and Company Limited, and then the number 22. And the TDLR stands for Thomas Delarue and Company Limited. So is it a Delarue fountain pen, a Thomas Delarue? Is that little T there indicating it's a Thomas Delarue? I don't know. I've not seen that symbol before. If anybody else has out there, please let us know. But once again, a lovely Thomas Delarue nib. So could it be a Thomas Delarue pen? It's quite feasible because, as I've mentioned in previous videos, at that particular period, the 1940s, many pen manufacturers made pens for other people, for other manufacturers, for retail companies, etc. So it's quite feasible that it could be a Thomas Delarue fountain pen. To the back there, we've got the feed, which is a ladder feed, as you can see there, nice and clean. So everything has been cleaned internally as well. We've put a brand new sack in the pen. So if I open it up there, okay, you can see that's the lever, quite elongated, as I said. So we've got a brand new sack in the pen. Now, what we're going to do, we're not going to, I'll do you a dip test, but because it's actually going to a new owner, I'm going to allow the new owner to decide whether he fills a pen, displays it, whatever. So we'll just simply do a dip test. Now, what I'm going to do as well, because you regular viewers, you've seen my past videos, we're having a little bit of problem with the paper, this new pad that I bought. So let's just do a dip test and let's see how it writes. So we've got a TDLR and Company Limited, Thomas Delarue Company Limited. I would say if that's the case, then the pen is made in England, and I'm dating it sort of round about the 1940s. It's writing very nice with a, I would say, a fine line, as you can see there. Okay, so there's a writing sample. And as you can see, in this particular case, it looks absolutely fine. So we had problems with bleeding, you know, on the paper in the past. So I thought, right, you know, we may have the same problem again. So what I actually went out and did, there we go, I bought a brand new pad to see if it makes any difference. But in this particular case, everything looks fine. So there's no need to, well, to do another writing sample on the brand new pad. So there we have it. Writes very nicely with a fine line. I hope you've enjoyed looking at the pen as much as I enjoy showing them to you people. Don't forget, down below, leave a comment. Don't be shy. Give the video a thumbs up just down there. Press that thumbs up if you will. Don't forget to subscribe as well. So first, well, what I'm going to say is Slava Ukraini from me in this gorgeous, handsome pen. Bye-bye for now.